We're hoping for more of the same today with Chris Mulcahy now in the studio with the word. What's the good word, Chris?
Bird is the word.
I like
Besides that, 79. Today is the only day that's going to be actually near 80 degrees, and the way things are going in climatology wise, this could be one of our last shots at 80 degrees, but realistically it's really any time between about the 21st until November 10th that we typically, at least over the last 50 years or so, have had our last 80 degree high for the season. So kicking off the day, we dropped down to 46 degrees this morning, which is actually still a lot milder than what we had yesterday. Yesterday was 44, so a couple of degrees difference there, and we're going to continue to add to this list. I think we're going to be even cooler heading into the weekend overall, but I want to show you what's happened over the last 3 hours. At one point in here, let me stop this. At one point about 3 hours ago, we were 34 degrees in Boone. We're up to 53. Meanwhile, we were 48, 46, but we've now jumped another 6 degrees. We actually 8 degrees over the last hour. This really just shows the power of, one, the sunshine, but also the warm front. We're going to pick up winds out of the southwest, which is the best way that we can maximize our warm-up. And that's right there. You see that warm front that's really starting to aid us. That's going to allow us to be into the mid-70s by about the early afternoon and even approaching 80 degrees by the late afternoon. Now, this will come up with an increase of winds, and that's the main reason why we're going to even see this much of a warm-up, but it's also going to come with a chance for rain. However, looking at the atmospheric moisture, this is puny. This is measly. This is not really a good representation that this is going to be a widespread rain event. Instead, I think it's going to be on the struggle bus trying to even hit down the surface. So yes, I think you have a better shot for it to look like it's going to rain compared to it actually raining. Now, I think some of us will have a light rain shower. I'm not discounting that. From 4 to 10 o'clock, and that's for our entire viewing area, you're going to see a slight chance for a little bit of rain. But for the most part, I think it's really west and northwest of Charlotte that will have any accumulating rain. You could still have rain up to an hour very light that only makes 1/100th of an inch. That sometimes needs a much heavier rainfall for it to exponentially increase. So I think, yes, you could see rain, but not much is actually really going to factor in the near term. Right now, compared to later, I think we're going to warm up another 4 degrees from now for the 10 o'clock hour. We'll be in the mid-70s by about 2 and even approaching 80 degrees by the middle of the afternoon. Beautiful Carolina blues right now, but we're eventually going to see those clouds increase, so here's how that all goes down. By about the mid to late afternoon, we're seeing those clouds increase. It starts to swoop across the area. Then that rain, as I was mentioning, I think this is the window, really from about that 4 to 6 o'clock window of opportunity around the 321 corridor that you could have some accumulated rain, but notice how much dissipates by about 7. So for the evening commute, yeah, you might need your windshield wipers briefly, but it doesn't look to be all that much. But I also want to still have the other outside of things that some of these rain showers stick together. You could have a quick little moderate rain shower, but I'm not really seeing anything really super heavy here at this point. And then the clouds will start to erode and the winds will calm down, but still staying breezy for tomorrow up in the mountains. Our 7-day forecast also shows that this is the top by far. So I want everyone to get outside and take advantage. Lots of sunshine for your Wednesday and Thursday, but if you look a little bit closer at the lows, you can see that we have a low of 42 on Friday, 43 on Saturday, and then back to 46 on Sunday. Increasing the cloud cover likely through the weekend, but we really don't see our next rain chance until next Monday, and that's the main point here, that we're almost done with the month of October, and I can actually bring you to almost the end of October. You're looking at the 10-day. This brings us to the 30th of October. That's, by the way, my friend Carrie's birthday. Happy birthday, Carrie, on October 30th. Well, we have 79 today, and then either side of 70 degrees through the weekend, but then you're starting to see a trend. This is what happens this time of year. More 60s than 70s. Because the last day of October, the 31st, Halloween, averages 68 degrees. So we're now in that transitional period that this is where we have the biggest drops and the biggest transitions. So today stands out from all the rest. And like I said, I'm not saying you will not hit that 90-degree point. It just becomes more and more of a rarity compared to what we had before. So I was mentioning until November you could potentially have it, but it's really starting today, October 21st to the 28th, that through most of Charlotte history, the 30-year average and the 150-year average has had this during the time period for our last 80-degree day. But Of course, with climate change and everything, for the last 5 years, the last 80-degree high for the year was November 7th to the 11th. So just doubling down on my point that, hey, this is going to go away pretty quickly. So if you like the warmer air, today is your day. 50 degrees is a slightly warmer start for tomorrow, but as I mentioned, we're going to have a little dip in our lows. We should still be averaging about 48 degrees for this time of the season. We'll be back there by about Monday, heading into Tuesday. So that's the near-term forecast for us, but I do want to venture to one other aspect here that we, of course, are always tracking the tropics. It seems I would have said that enough times this year. Well, all in all, it has actually been a pretty quiet season. This as of right now, and it's still looking to trend that way. Will be the first year in 10 years that we haven't had a landfalling hurricane. We have had, of course, tropical storms. It was Chantal. It was still deadly, but not a landfalling hurricane in the United States. And it looks like we're still going to hit that trend, and that's actually only 34 times in hurricane history that we've ever hit that feat. But we do have a new one that's popping up. It is very rare that we have a 100% chance for development. So that means that it's not if, we will have Tropical Storm Melissa as early as 11 o'clock today, and I think as late as maybe 11 o'clock tonight. But I think realistically, it's either the 11 o'clock or the 2 o'clock update. This is going to be Tropical Storm Melissa. And the reason why I'm saying this is it's already a tropical storm as far as wind strength goes. It's right now Tropical Wave Invest 98L with 50-mile-per-hour winds. As soon as you hit 39, you're a tropical storm. The reason why it hasn't been classified is it doesn't have a clear center of circulation that will classify this as a hurricane or tropical storm, and we'll even have a chance to become hurricane strength. And the model track does not have this effect in the United States, but this is going to become a big deal, I think, rain-making wise for the island of Hispaniola. So Haiti, the Dominican Republic, even looks like Puerto Rico could be slammed by this, but there is a chance that could extend a little bit further west. The other scenario kind of brings it a little bit closer to Cuba, but for the rain-wise, what I thought was really interesting is rainfall over the next 7 days. This is realistically the next 5 days. That is putting us up to 10-plus inches of rain in parts of the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and then also over to San Juan and Puerto Rico. So this is going to be a big deal as far as that's concerned, and then it likely is going to steer away from the United States, but I just want to kind of get that out of the way as well. Something that we're watching very closely. So yes, it is October. We're talking about pumpkin spice, pumpkins and all that jive, but it is still very much hurricane season.
A lot of rain then for the islands. Some people are taking their vacations there right now, and cruises are going to be affected. So yeah, thanks for keeping an eye on that. You have your Halloween costume as a family?
Dragons.
Dragons.
Yeah, JT's a blue dragon, and we just have dragon wings. We always kind of do that.
Nice.
JT was going to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Bat.
Oh, okay.
So, I was messing with him. I was singing different animals instead of turtles, and then he drew onto the bat. But if you think about it, still have the bat wings, but in dragon form.
The creativity to that works.
Why not a bat?
Yeah, I know. Why not?
Yeah.
Last year was actually pretty epic. I can share some pictures of this. JT was Spider-Man. I was Rhino, and Kim was Doc Ock, if you know the characters. So, yeah, we really went all out. This one's just dragon wings. It's easy.
Dragon wings. And I already forgot how cool it's going to be around that time, because people are planning to buy their costumes this week, and as we get closer.
Yeah, more 60s it seems like it's trending, and lows in the 40s. So that means likely trick-or-treating, this is way too far out,
right.
Is trending trick-or-treating is either going to start in the 60s and end in the 50s at this point. But I'm not seeing any big warming surges as what we had last year. And by the way, I don't know where we're going this year, but last year we went to McAdenville.
Yeah.
McAdenville is not just known for Christmas.
Yeah.
They go all out for Halloween. And if you can imagine any movie scene like Hocus Pocus where the kids are all out and about trick-or-treating, that's McAdenville. It is
fun.
Very cute
It was
up
like a
there.
movie about how many kids and how active all the houses were. It was very cool.
Traffic kind of
you-
heavy there then?
Yeah, you got to know somebody. You got to park and go there, so that helps. Or you park and then you kind of walk in, because everything's as crazy as Christmas. I say the same thing too. Is there's a lot of light displays that are synced to music that you don't get to see when you drive through them. So if you can park at, I won't name the places, but there's some secrets where you can park. If you can park there and walk, it's a much better experience for McAdenville for all holidays. Just saying. That's my little insider tip.
We got to find our secrets. We got to find someone to know.
Yeah.
in McAnnaville to get
That's
hooked
who you
up.
know. That's life.
Yeah, no kidding, everywhere. Holidays and likewise. Carly, you have a Halloween costume going on?
Not yet. I'm still making
You're still-
it. And usually
okay,
I
see?
do a reveal here at work because I go big on Halloween.
I know. I
I'll
would
share
expect
pictures.
nothing
I'll
less.
expect pictures next week. You know, I go big. I've been McDonald's fries and the Happy Meal and
Yep.
Were you
Colonel
Taco Bell
Sanders.
at one point?
I was Taco Bell.
Yeah, I remember
was
that
a
one.
hot sauce packet. Yeah, I do. I
Yes.
do a lot. I was 7-Eleven Slurpee. I do.
Love it.
I go in.
Are we sticking with the trend that I'm seeing here?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool,
Some
cool,
kind-
cool,
I have
cool.
a niche and I want to stick to it. You know what I mean?
I like that,
I
though.
can't wait.
Yeah, and they're always very very professional whenever I see them.
Yeah.
I
A Bojangles chicken finger would be.
see that one
Yeah.
seems complex. Have you been sorry if you just said this. Have you been a burger?
I haven't been a burger yet.
Okay,
Okay.
there are some things.
Usually
Possibility.
I stick to more of like packaging.
Oh,
Like
box
the
like
packaging
yeah.
of things.
You,
what I
Whataburger,
mean?
now that it's partnered with Panthers, maybe a
That-
Whataburger
yeah,
ketchup
that's
packet.
true.
Those ketchup packets are kind of cool. I have it as a
Yes.
mouse pad.
You have it as a mouse pad. That is
Like a
cool.
real mouse pad.
What are the
actually.
ketchup packets like?
I mean, you know, it's red, but it's a nice little.
That's not the stripies.
It's a nice dish. You just-
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't
Simple.
sure if there was like Whataburger had some sort of special packets. I was just like, what am I missing here?
I'm still
No, not the
sorting her out.
tear with
Yeah.
the thing. It's a nice little container.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. We're good. Everybody good on their Halloween costumes?
I'll be doing it last minute.
I'm gonna-
That's
I'll-
where my best work comes in.
Yeah.
I totally support that. Heck yeah.
Got a dream on it. All right.
dream.
All right. Be inspired. All right. Thank you, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go ahead on that note and take 2 minutes to think about our Halloween costumes.